What's up? If you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, just keep watching. So I used the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Caramel in order to like prime my eyes and get a really solid base before I go into my eyeshadow. But I'm going to be using the Morphe 35T palette for this look, and I'll be sure to like put up the shades I use as I'm like using them. First, I go in with the shade Next Level using a fluffy brush, and I brush this like above and in the crease, and I also used an image and like went over it in Procreate to kind of show you where I put the shade. But I really focus on just packing on the color and making sure it's like pretty vibrant, which does take a little bit of time. Next, I use the shade With Attitude with a new, smaller brush, and I put this a little bit under the previous color, and then I pack it on while also blending it down my eyelid. Then I'll go in with the brush I used for the first one, and I'll sort of blend where those two colors met. Next, I go in with the combo of Feeling Saucy and In the Mood with like a smaller brush, and I put this right under the previous color and then all over my lid with like a really heavy focus on the outer, like the outer corner of your eyelid. Yeah. And then I just blend that as well. Now time for the cut crease. I like to use a really small flat brush for this part, and then I go in with concealer and I just kind of follow my eye shape and like where my eye folds over, like you can see in the video. But once I do it like once, I usually go in for like a second layer of concealer to sort of make it more tacky and bright for the shimmer shade. When picking out a shimmer shade, I pretty much just put it on my finger and like hold it up to my eye to like see if I think it'll look good. And I ended up going in with the shade Sip Sip. I pretty much just pack the shade on, and I'm super careful towards the edges, but I'm also just trying to cover up all the concealer. Also, you're about to see me blend the shimmer shade with the outer corner, and I'm starting to do it here, but I pretty much just overlap the darkest color and then the shimmer shade, and I just keep doing that in order to sort of get like a more blended look. I also bring the medium and then the dark shade down to my lower lash line as well as the shimmer shade. I also did some black in my waterline with a eyeliner pencil, but I'm also using this e.l.f. felt tip eyeliner that's kind of not the best, but it really helps when trying to figure out where I'm gonna do my my wing. So I first use that, and then I go over with the NYX, what is it? I think it's like the NYX Epic Ink, Bright Ink. One of the NYX liners. NYX only makes good eyeliners, so it's one of them. But I make sure I keep it really thin and close to my eyelash line, and I also bring it towards my inner corner. And I'm also sure to like flick out the ends so I can have a nice little sharp wing. After I'm done doing all that, I would just clean it up with some concealer and an angled brush. I also like to connect my waterline with my eyeliner like that, but for brows, I'm using the Lip Bars brow pencil, and I will brush my eyebrows up and then I'll line like the bottom of my eyebrow. And when it comes closer to the front, I do more like flicking up motions because I don't want it to be too harsh. But yeah, I pretty much just keep doing like these flicked up things. And then for the top, I brush them down, line them kind of like I did the bottom again, but this time I like start to fill in my eyebrows kind of. And then I keep going towards the front. And once I'm done doing that, I like brush through the eyebrows, and then sometimes I'll use my finger to sort of like make some of the lines not look as harsh. And then I go in with a clear eyebrow gel. I'm using the NYX Control Freak, and I just brush my eyebrows into place. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do the other eye off camera, and I will be right back. So now that both eyes are done other than lashes, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my base routine. Or maybe I should do my lashes. I don't know why I did my eyebrows before I did my base. I never do that actually because I don't like having to work around my eyebrows. But whatever. Usually you let like your primer sit, but since I don't like this primer and I don't care, I'm just gonna finish my base routine. So I go in with the LA Colors, LA Girl, the LA Girl Pro Conceal color corrector in the orange one. It's my favorite. I also have the red one and they both work fine, but orange is like my OG. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff I can color correct, but we're just gonna go the eye catchers. This looks good. I let it sit for like 30 seconds. I just go in, I just buff it out. I don't swipe, you just tap. I will say I do like drag it if I feel like I have too much in that area. Next I go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Powder. I'm using the shade Deep because I low-key need to get rid of this powder because it's probably expired. I'm just gonna cover the whole thing like that, you see? And then I'm just gonna wipe it. I hate powder. I really do. And I wipe it. And then I just go over where I did my color corrector. I take a powder brush and I just powder. I hate powder. So I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect in the shade Chestnut, and it's gonna be too warm. Now I could mix it with my Maybelline Fit Me in Latte 358. I'll just do that. And this is probably still not my shade, but like I kind of don't care. Like I'm over it. I'm just gonna start blending. Wow. What do I do for this? Concealer. Okay. I know I look insane, but like you have to trust the process, I'm telling you. I go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Deep Chestnut. This is my all-time favorite, my go-to for base makeup. Go here. Go a little heart here. Oh. And I usually try and leave my nose alone, but I never do. I'm gonna use the back of this. And I just go right in. Everyone said this one dries really fast. It really doesn't. Not for me, at least. Next, I do contour. I use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in Deep Dark 220C. One dot is literally all you need. I dab it in. And then I like start lightly doing my contour. So I like to do sort of like a line. So it's like this, contour, and then down. It just suits my facial structure, in my opinion. I'm actually gonna go in on top with the one that we used to blend out all that foundation. And then I'm just gonna blend that out on top of the contour. Just as needed. Go in with concealer again. And I always make sure I blend like the excess, like following where I did my contour line. Yeah. I'm feeling this one way more. And now, eyeliner. The Wet n Wild Mega Glow one in Precious Petals is like, I've had this for so long, but it's my favorite. Nothing beats it, really. I did not do nose contour. It's my bad. I'm not a big nose contour girly, I'm not gonna lie. But I should probably start. Because my nose be looking a little zero-dimensional, like you cannot see that chunk. I'm gonna contour my nose just a little bit, only because I don't really like contouring my nose. Last two steps, lip combo and lashes. So 1 second while I go pick out my lip combo. And this is the face of someone who did not record the lip combo process, but I put on the screen what I used. That's embarrassing. What I like to do with my lashes is I have to like look downwards, so I'm like this, and I lift them up, so I'm doing it like that. And you go on top. I'm literally not talking, but I literally pinched the lash to my real lashes with the tweezers. Wow. Crazy. It's almost like I'm good at makeup. I also contour around like my forehead and on my jaw for like finishing touch. It's nice and blended. And now I have to go redo my hair. So I will be right back. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.